Hello. Hi. How's it going?
Oh my goodness, it's another Monday. You know what that means.
What does that mean?
It's time for Effin Rager.
Oh, yeah.
Only here on the HD2 station at KPFT. Hi, everybody. My name is Connor Clifton. This is my co-host, Ned Gale.
Yo, what's up? Hey, it's me, Ned Gale. What's going on?
How's it going, Ned?
It's going great. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling electrics, like the static electricity shooting through this microphone into your ear holes right now. I'm feeling good. How about you?
I'm doing great.
What'd you do today? Today's a big day for you, yeah?
I went to work.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's just leave it at that.
All right, pretty cool.
Work, whatever.
Yeah, that's a big day.
Yeah, hey, every day that you can go to work is a good day.
Every day I'm working for the weekend is a big day. Then the weekend comes around, very small day.
Oh, yeah. But more importantly, I want to talk about the weekend.
Yes. Let's talk about the freaking weekend. As our listeners know, we spend every waking moment together, so we did spend the weekend together again.
Yes, we did.
What did we do? Friday night. Friday night I recorded an episode of Honey, I Shrunk the Binge. We just had the co-host on last week.
You mean Cody?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so we saw the movie Gotti, starring John Travolta, and we shrunk.
Wait. Honey, I Shrunk the Binge is the only podcast where you judge a TV series by watching only the first episode and the last episode. Ned, Gotti's a movie.
Well, let me turn around for you real quick, because the way we shrunk this movie is we walked into the theater, we watched the first 15 minutes of the movie, and then we walked out of the theater.
Oh.
And then we recorded in Cody's car and then walked back into the theater and caught the last 15 minutes of it. And a little bit of Ocean's 8.
That sounds really great. I mean, but I assume you guys are really polite and respectful, and you didn't do any recorded antics before or after the movie.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Antics are all I know.
Oh my goodness. All right. So you when is that going to come out? Do you know?
That episode's going to drop in a couple of months. The first episode of our new season is going to drop tomorrow morning, actually.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Honey, I Shrunk the Binge on Facebook and on iTunes and on Stitcher and heck, wherever you can find it.
All righty. One quick thing.
Yeah,
quick
please.
Request.
Oh, quickly.
Can you spoil anything of the Gotti episode? Did
Absolutely
you like it?
not.
All
Are you
right.
kidding? Like the mob, I got to keep my lips tight.
Gotti.
Gotti.
All right. Okay, so you went and did that.
Saw Gotti, and then that night, you hung out with, you going?
Yeah, I hung out with our good buddy Rahul.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen each other in a while, so we caught up, and, we just shot the breeze, had a really nice time, and then you guys all met up with us, and we got some
wings, baby!
Yeah,
it was delicious. Tell me, what kind of wings did you get? Because that's what the listeners are wanting. They're wiping saliva from their lips.
Right. So I walked in there, and I noticed there was a new flavor, the salted caramel barbecue, and I just had to get a little dipping cup of that to see what it was like. On wings, probably pretty gross. On fries, very gross. On onion rings, amazing. Then I got the ones I ended up going with were spicy garlic, always an old classic, and then a buffalo dry rub. And you know me, I was slathering them in blue cheese.
Ooh, delicious, my guy.
And what did you get?
I got a little Korean barbecue, a lot of ginger on that wing, and then I got the old classic spicy garlic, my guy.
Oh, I think everybody got spicy garlic.
It's the choice. It's the wing to get.
It's a good one.
Buffalo Wild Wings, if you're listening. And if you are listening, go ahead and call in at 713-526-8737 and let us tell you how good your wings actually are.
And give us some free ones. All right. So Saturday, what did we end up doing? You had something going on Saturday. You had a busy Saturday.
Oh, Saturday morning we recorded another episode of the podcast.
Yeah. With
Raul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And then after that, what did you do?
After that, I saw Raul perform as Coyote Bloodbath over at Sound Exchange. It was really cool. He really brought the audience in, which is noise shows are interesting. That's all I'll say.
Oh, okay.
And Raul was really good. It was cool.
Now,
and then we caught Sarah and Chad had a party for their house.
I went to that same party. I left right before you got there.
I was very mad.
Well, get over it. Me and my girlfriend had enough. We were drunk, and we just had to get out of there.
Yeah.
But it was really nice. For those listening, Chad and Sarah are friends of ours. They went through a terrible heartbreak after Hurricane Harvey, and it was very, very heartwarming to see their house just, put back together. It was so nice. And it was fun to hang out with friends, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
So, after that, did you do anything? Did you and Cody get up to any trips?
Oh, I kept going. Our good friend Oha is leaving the city. She's headed over to Chicago tomorrow morning, I believe.
Oh.
So we went over to a going away party for her for a little bit. And then I kept going. I went to Barbarella at like 1:45 in the freaking morning.
Oh, how was that?
I am not young anymore, but I am still a great dancer.
Well, see, that's what part of this show is really about, is we love to party, but we can't no more.
Bones are shaking. And then after that, I kept going. Connor, Cody and I went to Cane's.
Raisin?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we got Raisin Cane's. It's just a bunch of raisins on chicken. It's not my favorite, but I love it.
Yeah, it's like ants on a log, but it's a chicken log.
It's a chicken log.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, we just hung
But wait,
out.
I kept going. I got home and just played VR for an hour.
Oh, okay, cool.
I wanted to escape.
Yeah, you did a lot
and
of
then
that
I went
Sunday.
to bed.
Yeah. I got home Sunday. You were very much still asleep when we were supposed to go looking at houses.
Okay, guys.
But yeah, we did that. We drove around, looked at some houses.
Yeah.
And that was our weekend. The cool
Oh,
thing.
and Jack's birthday was yesterday. We had a nice little picnic over at the Manil Park.
Friend of the show, Jack Killen. He turned 26 today.
Friend of the show,
at 3
enemy of the
p.m.
state. Yeah.
Well, see, it's weekends like that are so fun because you're doing something on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You may as well say that, like, oh, my weekend, yeah, it's like a triple threat. And speaking of triple threats, we have one on the show.
What?
We have someone who can act, who can sing, who can dance. It's Kelly Juno. Kelly, thank you so much for coming onto the show.
Hi, I just got here. I haven't been here the whole time.
Wait, we're on Facebook Live. They know you've been here.
Hey.
Cut the narc stuff.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I brought wings, baby.
Yeah. What
But
kind
I
of? Hey,
didn't.
what's your wing sauce of choice?
I have never had a wing.
What?
There's a lot. There's about to be a lot of.
I've never had a wing.
And the phones are going off the hook.
Yeah. Guys, if you have a wing you want to suggest over to Kelly, why don't you call in at 713-526-8737. Let us know your favorite wing and her future favorite wing.
See, they say we can't have food in the studio, but I think they'll make an exception if it's for someone's first wing. So if you could get on Favor and see if you can get some wings here by the end of the show, that'd be really great. And we'll take the first flavor that we get on the phones. So, Kelly,
Yes.
you have known Ned for quite some time now.
Yes, Ned's my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys used to be in a comedy duo together?
Yeah.
What was the name of that?
Ned Kelly.
Oh, my gosh.
Well,
Ned.
okay, before you go any further, it was based on the Australian bush bandit with the name Ned Kelly. He dressed up in a suit of armor and took down about 20 cops before being shot in the groin 30 times and dying in the water.
Was it like the Spice Girls where someone came up with the name?
No,
I need to
that's
find
a real
Ned
person.
and a Kelly.
oh, yeah. That bush bandit died knowing there would be a comedy group. He was just like, hopefully there will be a Ned and a Kelly.
I think Heath Ledger
Yeah.
did a movie about Ned Kelly.
With Orlando Bloom. I think one of them
Oh.
plays Ned and one of them
Double
plays Kelly.
Which one am I? I'm probably Orlando Bloom.
You're a Bloom.
Yeah, he's delicate. He's
I
delicate.
feel like we're both pretty delicate. if there were ever a duo of delicacy.
Yeah, you can grow hair on your face though, so I think that's more
It
Heath
took a lot of
Ledger.
tries.
I don't think Orlando Bloom's very good at that. So
He's
I'll
got
take
hair
him.
in that pirate movie he's in. That little wispy.
That's sad. Yeah, that's really sad.
And for Legolas, he didn't need it. So, oh well. So you guys, were you an improv troupe? Were you a sketch troupe? What were you guys?
We were an improv troupe when we weren't prepared.
Yeah,
I think there's a few shows where we're just like, do you want to do old sketches or you just want to do improv today?
yeah.
Which is, I liked it.
I miss it so much because I feel like no one understands my comedy need to like spiral into darkness like you do, Ned. And I really need that sometimes. So we keep saying we're going to do it again.
I know, yeah.
At least, a one-off. So we got to do that.
I was cleaning my hard drive and I found a sketch I completely forgot about, the fingers one, where someone kept changing identity and they would get new fingertips.
Yeah.
I made Connor
yeah.
watch it because it's like, oh my God, I forgot all about this.
Featuring that same terrible wig.
Yeah, the wig. I don't know where that wig is anymore.
What?
We're about to move and hopefully we find it in the move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the wig. Yeah.
Yes,
Everyone knows the wig.
I'm familiar with this wig. Ned and I have a garbage bag full of wigs and spiders, and
Very sweet.
We shouldn't have organized them together. In hindsight, it was a bad idea.
I kept the spiders in a box, and I don't know how they got out. No, I really, really enjoyed that sketch a lot. I laughed very, very hard. Is it out there for anyone to see? Can we post it in the Facebook group?
I honestly don't think that one's online anywhere. I'm not sure.
Of them?
The trash cocoon,
Trash
cocoon's on there because I got a takedown request from UMG Music because there's a Simon and Garfunkel song on it. But darn it, they put it back and they just made it ad revenue. So that one is online.
Okay.
All right.
I don't remember how to find it.
Now
we have that in the dog sketch somewhere. We have a lot of sketches that need to be put online. I got some.
Well, is there any
organizing to
way
do.
that we can share them on our Facebook page later tonight? Maybe?
Yeah,
I can put one. I mean,
Ned
Trash
has
Cocoon
them all,
definitely.
so.
Yeah,
Trash
yeah.
Cocoon? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Trash Cocoon
That one's-
coming at you later
Locked
tonight.
and loaded.
That one will get to your heart.
I love that one.
Yeah,
I think that's
see it.
probably the best sketch we wrote.
Now, what brought you two together?
How did we start working together?
I was going through a phase where I had been doing comedy for a couple years, and I wanted to get my people together. And I saw you perform a couple times, and I'm like, I think he's one of my people. So I think after one of your shows, I pulled you over and was
Okay.
like, you're funny. Let's be funny.
I just remember going to Brazil for our first meeting and writing down a bunch of ideas excitingly, like, oh my God, we have the same ideas.
We're going to be great. We're never going to procrastinate.
Yeah.
We're going to do this all ahead of time.
Okay. So
And like all comedy groups,
We're-
procrastinated to the end.
and was this at Station Theater?
yeah.
Okay, so you said that you had been doing it a while before you saw Ned, or what was your comedy career like before you met Ned?
I think at that point I did my first class in Los Angeles when I was doing an internship. Then I came back to Houston and I was in some groups and I graduated here. And at that point I was trying to do more written stuff. But it's hard to convince an improviser to like sit down and write anything because they're like, I'm funny. I'll just show up
We'll
and
just do it on the go.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? I have no idea what that's like.
Nice T-shirt. Yeah.
And two, I have a specific brand. It is both childlike and dark. And when I saw Ned, I was like, yeah, he gets it.
It was a
Yeah.
good mix.
Yeah.
Now, yes, Ned pointed out I am wearing a Micro Satan shirt, our old comedy troupe. You've done a few Micro Satan shows, and you've been fantastic in all of them. We've gone on
Thank
tour
you.
with you before. You've joined us at like a new venue. You always bring a very it's what my mom calls dark comedy, and I love it.
Well,
Such
thanks.
darkness.
You do let me get away with a lot. Like, I was thinking about all the characters I've done the other day. I was thinking about that tap dancing PTSD number, where it's like,
We were
it's not
talking about that
making fun
recently.
of PTSD, but
Yeah.
it's like, this is a woman who was a singer in like the
USO.
USO. And so, because she didn't get certain treats or like didn't get to fly first class, she has PTSD
Yeah.
from going overseas.
PTSD from not getting her rider met.
Yeah. And then at the end, it's like there's a soldier who like kind of puts her in her place. So like the whole point is that it's ridiculous, and I love that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't have any more fun than doing things like that.
And it was great to support the troops at the end of that sketch.
You know,
That's just how it all came out.
I have a deep desire to tap dance and also be dressed like a sailor my entire life. And from time to time, I'm like, I'm just gonna get up and do that today.
You were trying to work that sailor suit into a Ned Kelly sketch for
I was.
2 years, I think.
She meets me, and I'm like, do it.
Like, oh, it could be a talk show, but like you're like the skipper and I'm a sailor.
Need a
It's like
lollipop
Kelly.
that's the size of your head.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great bit. Another one that you've done. So this tour that you went on with us, you did two
Yeah.
different characters for us. You
Yeah.
did those old PBS videos where it's like, hey, I'm a kid.
Another really dark thing.
Yeah, and it's, in case you listening don't know, it's this thing that PBS used to run where they'd interview a kid and he'd show them around the house and all the cool things they have and what their life is like. And Kelly did one where her family was just white trash, and they were terrifying and gross, but very, very funny.
And Kelly still, as the child, had such a heart of gold that was just like, my life is so wonderful. Like, even though it's
Yeah.
like clearly falling apart.
Now I have to give mommy and daddy their cigarettes.
Yeah.
This isn't like therapy at all. I enjoyed that because I enjoyed how hard everyone jumped on, especially Ruth. Because A, she's brilliant, and B, she's just very taking a very actory approach to it, like, oh, I could do this or that, and it's literally like I just wrote a white trash character. And it was great, and I love when friends come out for you like that.
It was, her and Billy played your parents.
Yeah.
They were the perfect dysfunctional, like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when they got the crack. They're like, ah!
That was so fun. I also got to be a Muppet on a poster, and I have a I love to be made into art in that way. Because in my real life, I'm not art. Like, I cannot take a great photo to save my life. I just 2 thumbs up, sneak up there.
Yeah, there's a reason all of our posters were drawn.
Yeah.
We're not putting photos of us around.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to draw me and make me beautiful, I'll put on a poster for one of my comedy shows.
Hey, all right.
Folks, if you want to draw Kelly, why don't you call in
me
and pitch your drawing at 713-526-8737. We'd love to hear about your art supplies.
I would. I'm being very vulnerable saying that, so come out for me. Yeah.
So we talked about a few ways that you've collaborated with others. How would you describe your own collaborative process?
Get really excited. Well, okay, first of all, see someone, think they have a sweet face. They have a sweet face. I want to work with them. A sweet face is a requirement. I don't know why. It's like, that's a face I could be friends with. That's a thing.
So that's why you never did shows with Snarl-Toothed Dan.
You know, I think
hey, Snarly's funny.
I think he's funny.
He's
just a mean face.
He's got a good heart, but his face really triggers me.
Yeah,
what can I say?
I get it.
I feel like he's gonna throw a remote at my head.
Okay, well, we actually have him in studio.
It's
me, Snarl-Face Daniel.
I think Ned, you're the first person like I did like collaborations with on like multiple projects, so I think that was really informative.
That was my first as well.
Yeah. I keep toying with the idea of doing a friendship show where I just collaborate with like all my friends who also do stuff for like a piece at a time.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it would take a few months to put together, but then
you need to do a friendship residency where you force a friend to stay on your couch for a week. And by the end of the week, you guys have to have like a sketch or something.
I would love that, but I don't know. I
don't know what your couch is like, so maybe I'm pitching too hard.
I got a good futon.
Okay,
it is directly in front of my bed because I live in a studio, so there's no privacy. But that could be good.
There's
for
no
the
privacy
art.
in collaboration.
Yeah, that could be good. We really get to know each other.
So after Ned Kelly, what were some of the projects that you decided to take on or found yourself enjoying more?
You know, well, I started to do more solo stuff then. I don't really think I did a lot of solo stuff. I think this happened first, and then I started to do more. I want to do even more with that. It's just doing stuff alone is so vulnerable, and for me, it's also not as fun. I like to produce, but I also really like people, and I'm an introvert by nature, so if I get into my own world and start writing something, I want to be in control of it, and then I'll never leave the house. And I really think people inspire me, and I have to constantly expose myself to them.
I think that's the sign of a good scene is when a lot of people are just like, they all end up in the same place and they're all really efficient, and then by being efficient, they just make everyone else just as efficient, and you keep spiraling up, and it's like, oh, and then you touch the sun and everyone burns, and the scene breaks down.
Not
that it's ever happened, but I mean, we all know what the warmth of the sun feels like.
Well, I think it does. Sometimes it's like that feeling of when you have a good conversation with someone for the first time, like everything's working out so well, and by the end of it, you're like, humans aren't garbage. Everything's going to be okay. Look, we can come together. And then you wake up the next morning and you're sad again. I think that's the hardest part about collaboration is like, I love to do it. I love to do the shows, but then the moment that I'm not hanging out with those people regularly again, it's like, where'd everybody go?
What happened?
Oh, you have your own lives and boyfriends and girlfriends? Well, I'll just be over here with my Netflix and my dog.
Are you still watching, what's that show? Are you still watching?
Oh God! No, I did finally give up on it.
What's the name of the show?
It's called Once Upon a Time. It was one of the most. Yes, that was such a genuine laugh. It's a garbage show. That's finally got
Disney
booted.
Right?
Yes, it's terrible.
Wait, did it? Is it done?
So what happened was they tried to do a last season, but all of the main actors were tired of literally saying the same annoying phrases and playing the same tropes all the time. So they all left, and they tried to do this weird thing where they took the kid character and they grew him up. But guess what? It's all happening again.
Say no more, fam. I'm shrinking that binge.
Yeah, I can see the gears moving.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be great. Let me do that one with you guys.
Yes, please come on and do that with us.
Because I haven't seen that last season at all, and I don't remember the first episode.
Tight.
But I do know it's totally different people, so it's going to be like, what?
This is good.
Yeah.
That is the best binge shrink, is when everyone's gone.
Like Scrubs.
We did One Tree Hill for our very first episode, and what's his name? Just leaves. I can't think of his name. Whatever his name is, leaves.
All of their fathers.
So we get to the last season, and like, oh, where'd he go? Everyone looks so different. What happened?
Are you ever going to do ER? Boy. Never mind.
Yeah, I used all the jokes we could possibly make just now.
Now, I want to pivot a little bit and get into what the meat of this show is about, and it is
meat.
Party.
Whoa.
You've been doing the comedy scene for a bit. I imagine you've gone to some crazy parties in your time.
You've gone on tour doing improv.
I have.
You've hit parties.
Have I? I think so. Tour was more fun because it was like 8 full-grown adults trying to share one hotel room at like Quinta Inn.
That's a party.
Yeah, and Matt Graham's sleeping on a desk, and you're sleeping practically under a bed. And
I just
really
remember
fun.
you went with us to Austin for that Micro Satan show where we all stayed in a one-bedroom.
was
There was like
great.
10 of us. That was terrible.
I had
great.
a lot of fun.
I had a fantastic. That was when John Wayne was switching between 2 warped copies of Huey Lewis and the News Sports over and over again just to find the good one.
And then randomly, our friend Abhinav showed up.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
And he just gave us a bunch of pizza.
That was amazing.
Like a lot of pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really fun. That was a good trip.
It was good. I love that because I think that's what adulthood is missing. Like, it doesn't scare me so much to know that, like, I can end up being somewhere sharing a room with my pals who I never have a sleepover with in normal adult life. I think that, like, camaraderie is awesome. And, at that moment, I think everyone was sleeping, and I'm sentimental. So I probably had a moment where I rolled over, and I'm like, I'm just so lucky. Yeah, I make no money, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm kind of living in a shack right now, but I'm so lucky.
The music plays as you look around, turn off each light, and then slowly put a blanket over Connor, and then you hear him throw up. Lift the blanket, and you're like, and then just put it back on. Good night, sweet prince.
You open a door to the apartment, lights out, and then you just leave.
Yeah. Drive back to Houston. It's like, I'm not sitting
No,
there.
our car.
It smells terrible. Yeah.
That was a very fun time. Was that a typical Rager for you, or was that like a mild kind of night?
Well, you guys earlier were saying that you are getting old and you don't have the party in you anymore. However, I've had a lot of health complications, not to go into too much, over the past few years, so I've missed a chunk of my 20s. So I just want to publicly say I have a lot more in me. I'm up for
still
party.
revved and ready to party.
I'm ready to go. It's going to be, this is a fun time. It's going to be sexy time. So I'm just advertising that publicly for anyone who's like, I'm bored on a Friday. I've got it. I'll make it happen.
Connor and I also want to advertise that we still party. We're just going to whine about it offline later. But we will still show up and we will still rage.
Oh, yeah.
We're all going to whine. It's like that moment where you go to the bathroom and you're like, yeah. And then you look at yourself in a mirror for the moment and you're like... It's not reflective, what am I doing? It's more like, oh, you don't look good. When was the last time you ate? Oh, what do I have to do tomorrow? I have to mail that out, and it just sucks.
When did I start wearing eyeshadow? Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
A lot of this probably sounds creepy, but I'm a great observer of behavior. And so some of my best party experiences have been when I was, not trashed, and I was... observing people.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in college, because I was a theater major, so everything was a theme party. Everything.
Wait, where'd you go to school?
Sam Houston.
Sam Houston. Whoop.
Yeah, whoop.
What animal is that?
It's
Bear
cats.
cat?
Eat 'em
Sam
up
cats?
Cats.
Oh.
Good. Yeah, it is bear cats. Bear cat. We're a cat. That's orange. School spirit.
Garfield?
Yeah, that's it. Garfield. We hate Mondays.
I would love if my school mascot was Garfield. Every day's lasagna day, and it's all still from Monday. Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, parties,
Yeah.
observing people. What's the craziest party you've ever observed?
Oh.
What's the craziest party you ever TA'd?
The craziest party I've ever TA'd. I can't think of a specific time. It's this big blur of people like at 2 a.m. in like sweaty cowboy outfits, and their makeup is now smeared. And there's like, in college you drink terribly, so it's like smearing off ice bottles all over.
Wait. Sweaty cowboys with smeared makeup. Do you party at rodeos? What is this?
No, this is like Huntsville, Texas.
Theater departments.
Yeah, like August.
Okay.
Theater department. Girls would specifically wait, get drunk because the boys who like boys also like to kiss girls when they're drunk. So they took advantage of that a lot. So there's a lot of watching that. Yeah. You know what? If there's love to go around, there's love to go around, I guess. Yeah. But there's always that time of night where it just started, and you're like, whoop, yep.
Okay.
Well, okay.
So
Everybody's got budding feelings, and they need a buddy to figure it out.
We were talking about theme parties our first day of doing this. Was there like a favorite theme in all of those?
Oh,
the play we were just in.
there was a really weird
the
one.
theme is
well,
we don't have to wash these costumes.
my friend had a Harry Potter birthday party. That was really fun. But
That's
there was
fun.
this very memorable one where the theme was like kindergarten.
I hate this.
So
I hate this so much.
It was very weird. Everyone's in like little skipper shoes with like socks pulled up, and then at 2 a.m. it's a mess, and
Did the host of the party come out in just a robe rubbing himself? Like, that sounds so weird and like Lolita-y.
Yeah.
I do remember one of the guys who was around started to like talk about how attracted he was to Wonder Woman, and that was really weird.
That's less
was
weird than the
remember.
kindergarten.
Yeah. Wonder
Yeah.
Woman's is a
Adult.
beautiful, strong woman.
Yeah. But
We're
it was
talking
like
about
he was
babies here,
real
man.
into it. So, but it was fun. There's all fun times. I'm sure that there are more party things. My best parties have been at Barbarella.
Yeah,
Drinking
yeah.
and going to Barbarella.
That was my first time going to Barbarella in like years.
I love it.
Or Saturday, whatever day it was.
Yeah.
Is it still good?
It's only fun if you go with a group so that you can all dance bad.
Yeah.
And it's like you can get into it. When you
It
have
was
to
just
go with
Cody and I.
someone. Well, that's all you need right there.
Yeah.
That is all you need. Sad I missed that. Sounds like fun.
Okay, so you typically don't get drunk at parties then?
No, I mean I do. I just can't remember anything that when I have it's been that exciting. Okay, here's one. So I had a birthday party a few years ago, and you were there. We all went to a bar, and then we went to Barbarella, and then we all ended up back at my house. And then I blacked out at some point, and I have it's first and only time I've ever blacked out drinking. And I wake up in bed the next morning like totally naked. I'm like, what happened? What happened? Oh no, I'm in my 20s and things are happening. And so I live with 2 guys at the time, and I love them. They're great. And I went downstairs and I was like, what happened last night? I can't remember.
Were you
'cause
still
I
naked when you went
blacked out.
downstairs?
No, obviously not.
It was like, oh, Kelly, stop.
No, bless their hearts. I wear terrible clothes at home. I was probably mismatched with like a side ponytail and like crap on my face.
You're
Like,
living
hey,
with 2 guys. I don't think they care.
Yeah, they don't care. They're like, you want to watch me play
You're
video
wearing
games?
potato
Yeah.
sacks. And they're like, hey, Kelly.
Yeah.
We need to pick up more potatoes.
Great. But they were like, oh, you don't remember? Wait, you blacked out, really? I was like, yeah, I did. I can't remember anything that happened. They're like, oh, you didn't seem drunk at all. You politely thanked everyone in the room and like hugged them and shook their hands, and then went up the stairs and waved to everyone good night, and that's the last we heard from you. I'm like, God dang it.
we just heard like a few like and then you fell asleep. It was weird.
It was
I'm trying to remember. I
very boring.
know I
guess.
was there. Did I come back to the house afterwards?
Yes, because
Did I black out?
maybe you did.
I've been to Barbarella with you so many times. I feel like most of the times I've been to Barbarella's with you. So I'm
Thank
trying to
you.
remember what the birthday party
What
was.
a compliment.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
went
absolutely.
together for you guys went for a wedding.
It
and
was
I
it was
just
after
showed
Royal's
up.
wedding.
Oh yeah.
And you and Billy showed up.
I don't know if Billy came with me.
Yeah, he was with you. It was when you hung out with your mom and her friends that day.
Oh,
you guys had some
yeah.
funny stories.
Yeah, we can't tell those
I know.
stories. Yeah. But yeah, Billy and I got drunk with my mom and her friends. It was pretty weird. Yeah, it's very, very weird to get drunk with people who are at least 30 years older than you. But no, Barbarella is really fun. It was really cool hanging out and doing dancing to 80s music.
Doing dancing.
Dancing.
Yes, it's just me, your human friend who does dance as well.
Now, speaking of dancing, Kelly, you're a dancer. You're a tap dancer.
I am, and I teach dance, and I can still tap enough.
Now, you mentioned it earlier, or hinted at it with the USO thing, but how have you incorporated your dancing into your comedy work?
I think because I grew up dancing, it's a real big part of me. I don't know why so many of the things I envision involve dancing. Luckily, I grew up to be a messy adult, so the other side of me is that I'm a mess sometimes. So it's, often hysterical, messy dancing, which is great. A lot of fun. I think that I have always been a person growing up who felt like limited in social settings in my body. Like I always felt very stiff and unable to express. So I think expression for me just became about dancing. Like I would go to class afterwards and that's where I got it all out. And then I go to school the next day and put my hands between my thighs and look down. So the problem is I have too many ideas for that, but there's only so many like dancey things you can do, which is
we
sad.
did a musical number for one of our live sketches, and I was
yeah.
very bad, but you were very patient.
Yeah, I guess there was a little part of me that's like, this is a famous song from Annie, Ned. How do you not know?
It's for a joke show.
That was fun. And
that is the dumbest sketch we wrote too.
It was
the Redbox one.
Yeah, thanks for supporting me on that
obviously,
idea. It was it was bros, like one turns into a Redbox and one turns into a Netflix or DVD.
Yeah.
And then they still go together.
Oh, okay.
Do you not get it?
I don't.
You have to be there.
Yeah.
You can catch
It's
it at
about
our undated Ned Kelly show. It's going to happen in the future.
The revival.
The reunion.
Yeah, the reunion.
That sounds awesome. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Now, I want to circle back a little bit when you said that, your time for partying is coming up. You're about to get loose. You're about to get wild.
Woo.
Tell us. Let's go through this.
Are we talking about party aspirations?
We're talking about party aspirations.
Well, I was
let's
kind of
come up with some
hoping.
party
Yeah, let's do
aspirations.
that because I'm getting old too. I still think I have all that energy. I'm going to make myself have that energy. That's what I'm saying. Is it totally natural at the age I am? Not sure. Going to do it.
Time to find out.
Yeah, I hate the idea that I've missed like this chunk of my 20s. So, other than traveling,
traveling's a good way to party.
Yeah. I don't know exactly how to meet people if it's not through hobbies.
Smoking.
So, smoking.
Okay. Smoking cigarettes.
Man, I learned that in
people.
college real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Thankfully, my roommate smoked a lot of cigarettes, and I made friends with all the cigarette smokers.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it the tough way, and I regret it. I have all these friends I don't want and a cigarette habit that I can't kick.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He shotgunned every hit into my mouth of his cigarette.
But he took the nicotine. and I got the.
We were just those two cool roommates who were totally necking all the time.
So smoking helped. Going to stuff, doing stuff. If you do a thing, people are going to come up and talk to you.
Yeah.
That's been a thing I've learned.
I've always been that really dumb person who loves people secretly and doesn't know how to, not like romantic love necessarily, but I just have a great interest in people. So when I was younger, I would say, be the bridge, Kelly. You have to be the bridge. No one, everyone wants to
People are just going to walk all over you.
Well, story of my life. Yes, that happens a lot. But, over time, the bridge repairs itself, and you're like, I think I'm curious about people again. And then they walk all over you again. And
I didn't mean to combine metaphors. It was just another definition of a bridge.
So I'm, I think in the years that I've had health stuff, it's been harder to be that, person that spearheads things.
Yeah.
Just energy-wise. And also, like, when you're going through something, you want people to be like, I see you. I notice you. You're still alive. That doesn't always happen. So I think that I'm looking forward to starting new projects. I think just in the time that I've been out doing less, like, the scene has changed. So I am finding that I have to, instead of just having a huge base, I have to make more friends.
Yeah.
I have to get to know more people.
We are definitely, there's like a whole new generation of comedians that I just like don't know around town, and I've felt like I need to go around and meet people again, because like I feel like we know everybody from like especially the station people we came up with. Like I know all those people.
Yeah.
Not all those people perform anymore, and there's like a whole new generation. It's crazy.
They're a bunch of smart Alex.
They're all named Alec.
Yeah.
It makes me so angry.
God, they're so brainy.
Yeah.
Bunch of squares.
We beat up nerds.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Yeah, if you want your nerd face pounded in, why don't you call in at 713-526-8737?
Yeah.
I'm ready to talk some mess.
Call. I want at least one phone call. Come on, someone come through for me.
Yeah.
Someone come through.
If anybody, I mean, we could always just check.
Yeah, just check the phone. Someone might just be on the line. Dang it.
Oh, man.
Wait, is that the sound of a nerd just humming to themselves? Ooh, I'll pound
Definitely.
them.
All right, so if you're listening out there, if you don't want us to do the dial tone again, you should just call in.
do that.
I know how irritating that dial tone is to everyone.
Yeah, no, we get it.
You're probably listening to this if you know us, but you don't have to. Phone calls are welcome. 713-526-8737.
Kelly, I know you're saying it slow enough for people to hear, but you got to say it fast. This is radio.
713-526-8737.
That's how you get them to call.
Or also, that very easy to remember abbreviation for that, Jamtress.
Jamtress.
Yeah.
So you fancy yourself a jamstress?
I do dabble in jam.
Sure, I jam.
Now, I want to get back to your party aspirations. So,
yeah, let's talk party aspirations.
Were you saying that you wanted some insight? Is that what you were hinting at?
We're not party professionals, but we'll get you where you want to go.
Yeah.
The thing is, guys, I think I'm too easygoing. Like, I'm definitely go with the flow, but I don't find a flow often. Also, I think sometimes it's better if you know what you want. People's like, oh, where do you want to go tonight? I'm like, anything's cool. No, but like specific.
You need back pocket stuff. Okay.
That's why me and Ned have girlfriends.
Yeah, check this out. Connor and I, the back pocket for us, wings.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's like, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. All right, wings it is.
Yep.
I can see that. That makes sense for you.
Yeah, and then, then it becomes where are we going to get wings?
Yeah, then that's a problem. We're still working on that one.
Yeah.
There's no default.
Your girlfriends are like, we're still here.
And we're like, yeah, we heard you.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
want
anyways,
wings?
trying to
figure it out.
Yeah, blow that cigarette hit in my mouth. Yeah.
I guess we can give you some tips here on stuff to
If not
do.
tips, let's what kind of partying do you want to do before the year's over? We're halfway through the year now. Do you want to throw up off of something?
I don't.
Do you want to go to a theme party of some sort?
I just want to feel young.
Feel young.
Okay,
Yeah.
we could do Botox
But
party.
not in the terrible way that being young actually is, where no one has anything substantial to talk about. And
You mean like in that?
do I want to feel young?
Well, okay, we can kind of do something that makes us feel young.
Okay.
So first, we have to get into the mindset of like tonight's the night, and it's the last night of our lives.
Yeah.
Then we go into a bomb shelter where I have a bunch of propaganda.
This is super tight.
And I convince all of you that the world is over, and then we
Okay.
just hang out and play D&D.
This is
I've been
Fallout.
coincidentally
This is a
working
Fallout.
on a campaign.
we should all enroll in high school. Try to lose our virginities. But if we all enroll in high school now, we have 4 years to party really hard.
Ooh.
Did you party in high school?
a little bit. I like the end.
We could buy everybody booze.
Oh my
and
gosh.
cigarettes.
Yes.
We're gonna meet so many kids if we have cigarettes.
Wait a second. This is the best way.
If it wasn't for these bags under my eyes, I could pass. If I didn't look so tired all the time, I think I could definitely pass as a teenager. You just hunch over and put your hair in front of your face.
Yeah.
I'll just say I'm Greek. I've got the facial hair of a 14-year-old Greek kid.
And no
I
one's seen
dated
my
a guy who
shaved
could
face
grow
for
a beard
while.
at 13, for real. So
Oh, man.
you can make that excuse.
Oh,
Yeah.
our friend Nico, who was younger than us, bought us beer all through high school because he just had like a large amount of facial hair, and we're like, "Hey, freshman, go buy us beer."
Okay.
We'll pound your face in.
Yeah, and then he'd tell us about like crazy music that I didn't hear until I was 25.
No, maybe-
and I look back, I'm like, man, that guy was a freaking adult.
Am I a square because I never partied in like high school?
I didn't party in high school.
No, you were smart.
Yeah. I never.
It was just our theater department, really, in high school. Like, They just happen to be party kids.
Oh, the band kids at my school were nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, band and theater.
They were so crazy they had to band them.
The theater, oh God, the theater kids didn't party because the preacher's daughter decided to join theater and got everybody into church. There was a large amount of talking in tongue evangelicals in our theater department.
The spell of the gospel.
Yeah, geez. You know, if you want to convince somebody that talking in tongues is real, get inside the theater department because that'll get everybody buying your crap. Like, whoa.
That would be a great part to play. Sounds fun.
Yeah. Okay, so
that's some group think.
Yeah, that
really
truly is.
Get,
It's a diamond dance that never ends.
Yeah, there's a demon coming out of me. Yeah, there's a demon. Yeah, there it is.
Yes, and
okay, so you want to just have like a cool evangelical party? Is that what you want to have, or you want to get a party?
You know what? I would actually be really open to that party. Like, why not? It would be good people watching. You have to realize that's what I really enjoy.
No, it's terrifying.
You're looking for a party people watching.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
Have you heard of steampunk?
You know what? Now that I think of it, I found a better party story.
Okay.
Yeah. When I might have told you this. I did this internship at Disney and made some friends from over the country, and one of them lived in Las Vegas. So the next year, we were all about 22. We met her in Vegas. Oh. And this is a horrifying story. So I'm not the type of girl to be like, let's put on a dress and heels, but it was like Vegas, and these are my friends, and they were into it, and I like them. So I'm like, I'm here for 4 days. Let's do it. And in Vegas, they herd young women into the bars by giving them free admission, and also some of the bars, including the one we went to on the first night, they give the girls a full hour of free drinking. And so it sounds great, right? Like there's like 200.
But here's the thing: they tape a clock to you.
Yeah. I would say about 200 girls, and there's this. You get there, and this specific bar was called Tao. Ooh. Wow, I think like Nick Jonas or somebody, not Nick, he would have been too young. The older Jonas was like the guest that night. It's like, wow, cool, I'm in Vegas. All the bathroom doors are like fog doors. You can see through them. Cool. But it's this, you get there and they're like, great, yeah, you have a free hour of drinking, but it's a specific bar. And the specific bar happens to be in the basement, right? So you're in there with 200 girls, and you're pounding like rum and pineapples because you're 22, so you have disgusting taste, and you also have only 1 hour, and the drinks are so expensive. And if you're like us, you don't want to think about getting creepy people to buy them for you. I'm like not about that.
Yeah.
So you're pounding it in. You have a good fun time.
You're just trying to reach brown out so you can still walk up the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh, I need another one. I'm not even feeling it. And then the last 5 minutes, you feel it all. It hits you so fast. Everyone's just blurry-eyed. Everyone's had like 5-6 drinks, right? And then here's the creepy part. Because the bar is in the basement, they walk you up the staircase to where you enter near the front of the club. And in this one club, there's this red carpet that goes down the center. And then there's these bathtubs with rose petals that women later come out and bathe in.
What?
But then, from this experience, I learned so much about Vegas and like selling, goods. Because what happens is they take you out of this one doorway, and you see this red carpet going down the center, and on either side, like 5-6 lines deep, are guys who have paid $75 to $100 to get into this club, and they walk you totally drunk out of your mind straight down the center. These guys know you've been drinking for an hour, pounding these drinks in this other bar, and as you go through, they're just picking out the cattle, picking out who they want to go after. So you're people watching, you want to be on that side this time around. You want to be the one picking. That'd be so sad. I'd just be crying. Like, what's happening?
It sounds like they made you drink in the equivalent of like a Red Lobster tank. Like, that one.
Yeah, and it does, like, it was a very dark bar, and so when you come up there, like, all of the sound and the lights and everything hits you at once, and you're literally like cattle that just got tased, and you're like, oh, What? Huh? Walking down. It's awful. Vegas, baby.
So yeah, I was gonna say, as far as party aspirations, probably not Vegas.
No,
Vegas
probably.
is out.
I mean, I would,
How about a house party?
Yeah, are you looking for a destination party or like a house party, something local?
Destination house party.
Destination house party? What,
Yeah, why
Galveston
not?
Beach House or further?
What about we're throwing a party on July 4th.
We are.
Are you?
Yeah,
Cool.
it's a pool party.
Wait. We shouldn't invite everyone on the air.
We're not. We will not tell
Where's my
you where
phone
this
call?
party is.
Yeah.
If you are calling in, please do not reveal our address.
Yeah. Anyways, it's at our. Oh no.
Yeah, you should come.
Oops.
You should come to that pool party, and that'll be fun. You know, you can observe your friends.
Yeah.
You could be that girl in the corner, Kelly, staring at everyone else, bobbing your head. Yeah.
Oh, in this place, good corners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be like, "Is that Kelly? I haven't seen her in months. Why is she just staring at us?"
Hey,
I don't know. She's sure hiding in those bushes.
Woo, living my best life.
Okay, so we've got that you want to do a destination house party.
Yeah.
All right, what kind of cities? Shout your name. Feel the music of the streets.
Yeah. Oh, New Orleans.
I don't dream
I don't
big
know.
because dreaming big is expensive.
All right, Minneapolis. So we're going to Minneapolis.
That's a very cute
It's
city.
the smallest Appalachia we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Minneapolis.
So we're gonna get a Airbnb on Minneapolis.
Okay.
We can check out maybe a Vikings game or something.
That sounds terrible.
That sounds like something all three of us would love to do.
I don't know. I mean, we could go meet some Swedes or something.
Okay.
Yeah, Minnesota.
I'm into that.
Yeah. All right. So we can get some Swedish fish and meatballs and go to an IKEA or something, and where they have Swedish fish and meatballs. And yeah, so we can do that. Is there anything that I'm missing from the party? Oh yeah, that's right. Entertainment. Boom.
Boom.
Okay.
What liquor are we bringing? What are we picking up? Anyone know the drink laws in Minnesota?
I don't. I think all liquor has to be in bags.
All right.
It's just some
All
weird
liquor,
thing they do.
Yeah, you have to purchase it from your bike and put it in your bike basket as you go away.
All right.
If a cop sees it in a car, he's like, pull it over, and then he gives you a bike, and he's
like, "Why are you
have a
driving
good
a car?"
time.
And he takes the car.
Yeah.
No one
Don't
drives
worry.
cars here.
I'll drop this off.
Okay, so we're just gonna get you a bag of booze.
Cool.
What do you like? Vodka, whiskey?
That's
You still into
problem.
pineapple and rum?
I need to be less easygoing.
You like
I
them
would
all?
Just go, yeah, fine, whatever.
All right. Okay.
So
No,
when you've had a lot of issues, none of that matters anymore. You're like, oh, I'm eating, fine.
I get that. Like
It sounds like you want tequila.
when you're down for anything, it can be very aggravating to people, and
Yes.
I'm not down for that. I'll tell you that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna match my particular from now on.
Yes.
Okay. I just want like vodka, but it's like I don't want it too cheap, but I don't want it too expensive.
See,
Now we're talking. I know exactly how
But
to
I
shop
did it
for
in
you
a
right
girl
now.
voice, so now it's more appealing.
And because you said it in that voice, I know I have to buy it for you.
all right, but here's the thing, Kelly. You say you don't know how to do all these things. I know for a fact that you deal with customers like this.
Yeah.
Whenever you're in the service industry. So you just mimic them. Just think about that one person that you hated the most and be that person.
And that
at
will
the
make me
bar.
more attractive, right? Like, oh, hey guys.
It'll get people
It'll make you
talking
party
about
harder.
you.
Yeah.
I barely noticed any of you because, like, I feel like I'm a class higher than you.
Whoa,
but
this is
that's
making me
fine.
mad. We got to get Kelly a drink.
I'm freaking out.
Can I, speaking of service, can I bring up something that I've noticed since working, because I've started working a counter job as one of my jobs recently. I work a lot of jobs. And there's this horrifying thing that is happening, and I'd like to talk about it.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so we all know sexy baby voice.
Mm-hmm.
We know
Do we
that
ever?
our generation, this is not a normal voice. This is a learned voice. But we all know about that. That's not my point. But I never thought about what happened when the women with these sexy baby voices had babies. Because now I'm waiting on them, at my counter constantly. I work in the Heights all day, and it's really creepy. First of all, the voice drives me nuts. But second of all, it's really creepy experience when a woman who talks like this, okay, it's like to her kid, it's like, Kevin, stop running. Kevin, come over here. Like, what is this accomplishing? Why are you directing that voice at your child?
What is the kid? Because the kid's already a baby, so do they become double baby?
Lay off, Mom. Come on, Mom. No
It
more
cancels
car
out.
seat.
Terrifying, and it happens all day. Like, what did I tell you? What did I tell you, Steven?
We should have just done the whole show like this. I love to effing rage, y'all.
And I guess it's weird because it is such a learned voice, and it makes sense for like the whole idea behind it is like, I'm helpless but I'm sexy, right? So like if you're talking to your child that way, it's like, oh, baby Kevin, remember I'm your mother, but I'm also helpless and sexy. Those are two things that will definitely scar you knowing that this early on. It's weird.
They don't know how to turn it off, and they've been stuck in turbo drive for too long.
And they look in the mirror and they're like, I don't even know who I am anymore. I'm too deep in this.
I don't even know who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
freaky.
So wait, is the crisis
In the good way, I mean.
Is the crisis that these women are having babies, or is the crisis that these women are out there?
I think it's the kids being raised around that voice. Like I think that's the crisis. I
That
observe.
person can afford a helper to raise that baby, and we all know it. Like their mom, that's probably the only thing their mom ever says to them once a week is, Kevin, stop. And then they get home and they're like, Nancy, can you take care of Kevin? He's too much.
I just like, so if that's the second step of this voice, like what's the third step?
the final step. Like how does it evolve further?
Yeah.
I think it's just nonsense. It's like
Does it become maybe in the next generation it becomes unattractive because all the boys heard their moms speak that way?
Yeah.
So when girls speak that way, they're like, why are you acting like my mom?
Yeah, that's how psychology
no one's
works.
gonna want their mom.
Yeah, what? We marry our dads. That's what happens. No,
Yeah, that'd be cool if it regressed to like real burly. Like that's what was sexy. So it was like, oh, bringing sexy forward.
you know,
That's not like my mom at all.
gender stereotypes do go through like a flip every now and then, kind of
Yeah.
like a polar shift. So maybe that is going to be what happens. And I don't know. Men will want like grizzled, like, oh, I don't hate men, just never met a real one, like that kind of voice. Like really awful.
Yeah.
Like my Aunt Judy, gored by a bull, back to work the next day.
Whoa,
Is
Aunt
that
Judy,
real?
call in.
Oh yeah,
Dang, Aunt Judy.
Yeah, she's also the kind of woman who has like an inch of makeup up into her hair.
Nice,
Oh.
sweet. Yeah, like
She took.
divine. We're just like going over the hair.
Like it's gonna wear off, so I just push it down as it sweats away. Yeah, that's gonna be the new thing.
Sign me up.
Calling it.
Yeah.
Tough mommies.
That's how I want to party. Are we reaching the end? We're getting.
We are getting there.
Man, if you want to put that phone call in.
Yeah, this is your time to get the call in,
do
guys.
it.
713-526-8737. Tell us how to party, or if you're a nerd, let me pound your face.
Yeah, let's do it.
Great. Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna get you to Minneapolis with a bag of booze.
Yep.
And we'll make sure that we don't see any sexy baby moms with babies of their own.
Yeah.
Or if we do, from a very far observable distance. Because let's be fair, those are good people watching
And
when you don't have to interact.
And that's what you want to do.
I do love watching people, not in a like creepy way. I think. Is it creepy? I guess it's always.
No one
creepy.
ever thinks it's creepy. Yeah, the person doing it never thinks
No,
it's
I mean,
creepy.
Yeah.
Working in a service job, all you do is just watch people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's part of the gig.
That is the only part I miss.
There's
It's
a-
like, I like being at a desk, but I do sometimes miss just seeing like people.
Yeah, instead of anime people.
Yeah, instead of just like freaking anime boobs all day.
There's
All right.
this Clay Aiken song.
Go on.
Do you guys remember the only hit he had? It was called "If I Was Invisible," and like one of the lyrics is literally, "If I was invisible, I'd watch you in your room." And
no.
when I listened to this full song, though, I was like, I kind of get it. I want to know how people live. I want to know what they're doing differently than me.
Clay,
Yeah,
we're not so different, you and I.
we're not.
All right. Well, I think we're at the time of the show where we're going to do some plugs. Kelly, do you have anything coming up that you'd like to plug?
Sure. So I do improv currently every Friday night at 8:30 at Station Theater. I'm in their Supernova Armando. And then starting next Tuesday, I'm going to be at Big Top on Tuesdays at 7, doing their Max show while my dance class is on hiatus. So catch me for that one hot month. Otherwise, keep watching that show because they're great people.
Yeah.
All right. Ned,
Very
you get
cool.
anything to plug?
I'm sure there is something, but Swimwear Department album comes out July 20th, so come out to Big
Yeah,
Top and check
yeah.
that show
Can't
out.
wait.
Yeah.
It'll be
That's
real
going to be
fun.
great.
Yeah.
Well, I will be performing at the Secret Group this Friday.
Oh, I'm performing Friday as well.
What are you
well,
doing?
Do yours because your show's first, and then mine's afterwards.
All right, so my show's at 7 p.m. I'm going to be featured on Hot Takes, hosted by Nick Merriweather, friend of the show, and Jafar Khan, friend of me. And yeah, he is, whatever. It's a cool show. It's been really challenging. They make me write 5 to 7 minutes of material on pre-selected topics that they have chosen and sent to me. So I'm very, very nervous. I would love for
It's such a
everybody.
fun show. I love that show so much.
Well, if you're going to go, make sure you laugh really loud for me and no one else. That'll boost my confidence.
it's not a contest.
And then I'm going out of town. So
Yeah,
Ned,
no, wait, you're leaving after that? Right after the show? At 10 o'clock, I'm doing a show at Midtown Bar and Grill.
Well, wait, what's this show?
Oh, well, it's called the Door Money Show. I'll be competing against 3 other people for the door money, which Bob was on earlier talking about that, but it's me, Justin Massengale, and Drew Holloway. And I'm doing my first 20 minutes, and I'm terrified.
Looks like we're both going to be scared.
yeah.
All
This will
right.
be a night of fear and then maybe raging.
It'll be too scary, too chilling, too positively ghoulish. All right, that's our show. Kelly, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank
coming
you.
on. You're amazing. We love having you. All right, everybody. We'll catch you next week. Bye.
We let where I stand.